From the time the wheels start turning in the morning until the day's work is done, each youth is intent on doing a job. Today, NYA work means more than a job. It means preparation of workers to take their place in factories and foundries, in mills and in shops. We need experienced workers to produce the arms and supplies of the arsenal of democracy. NYA, through its program of practical work experience for youth, is helping to supply those experienced workers. In this work defense program, emphasis is being given to preparing youth for certain bottleneck defense industries. Youth are gaining experience in machine shops and sheet metal work, in welding and foundry work, in occupations essential to shipbuilding, radio, and aircraft manufacture. Rudimentary experience in such jobs is given. This is not mere practice work, but actual production. Every NYA shop is producing goods or articles for public agencies whose normal budgets would not permit their purchase. Communities all over the nation have thus benefited from NYA work. But production isn't limited to orders from local agencies. The United States government and its armed forces are the direct beneficiaries of NYA production. Steel cots, for example, have been produced in NYA shops for the use of the United States Army. Sheet metal workers are producing oil cans for public agencies and performing many other useful services while preparing themselves as workers in an important phase of defense industry. Welding is an essential job in many defense industries, and with shipyards and aircraft plants expanding production, more welders will be needed. Welders' hoods and gloves are symbols of the NYA safety program. Safety rules are set up and maintained on every project, and every precaution is taken to preserve the health and well-being of young workers. Jobs like this mean more to youth than the mere production of castings. They mean the opportunity to mold their lives in a pattern of useful work and to be a part of America. Let's look in on the boys at the NYA machine shop in Buffalo, New York, where an order's been received for several thousand metal boxes from a public sponsor. Already cast, the boxes are now ready to be machined. The first step is to read the blueprint, experience which is basic to any mechanical job. Then the work must be laid out and a jig made to guide the drilling and milling. Holes are drilled in the four corners of the box. The edges are machined to specifications. The supervisor gives a nod of approval to a job well done. Inspection and packing is done by NYA youth. These youth have added to their experience of setting out to do a job and seeing it completed. NYA machine shops are not a man's world alone. Willing to do their bit, hundreds of girls are preparing for defense employment on jobs in NYA mechanical shops. Day by day, they're setting production records which are the envy of many of their male co-workers. Many of these girls are going into jobs in industry, as employers learn that women are adept at many mechanical tasks, particularly those requiring a great deal of precision and manual dexterity. Using power machines, NYA girls are producing supplies and equipment for many hospitals and government agencies. Youth have always found the field of radio an interesting one, and NYA youth are no exception. NYA radio shops have constructed many transmitters and receiving sets for public agencies and for police organizations, as well as communication units and public address equipment for school systems. Many youth are learning how to operate shortwave radio stations, and a network of NYA transmitters now covers every part of the United States. The flaming forge and glowing metal are commonplace to these modern sons of Vulcan. Giant hammers pound out the steel into tools, which in turn will play their part in production. NYA youth are given classroom training by local public school systems under funds allocated by the United States Office of Education. Training is related to the work being done on the project, so that each NYA youth gains both theory and practice. Gliders are being built in several NYA centers. Young workers secure experience in all the operations involved in construction of sailcraft, work which is an avenue to employment in the aircraft industry. A job in private industry is the goal of every NYA youth. Here in one of the nation's great aircraft plants are hundreds of former NYA youth who have reached that goal. They are part of the 400,000 young people who have gone from NYA projects to jobs in private industry during the last 12 months and who are now participating in defense production. Throughout America, in factories like this aircraft plant, young people are demonstrating they can do the job when given the chance. That opportunity to work and to be productive members of society is essential to the well-being of youth. The opportunity for every citizen to be a part of our national life is essential to the strength of our democracy. In opening such opportunities, the National Youth Administration is making its most important contribution now and for the future. Spinning wheels, symbols that America is producing and preparing, and that youth through the NYA is doing its part to help build a strong America.